So on land, a hippopotamus runs faster than a human, and in the water, a hippo swims faster than a human. So in a triathlon, where we have to beat them, is on the bicycle. Welcome to Shave&Butcher, your premier source for large African animals and endurance sports combo jokes. And there's shaving too. I honed the mother of pearl from Böker, and I'll take it for a spin. Now, I'm not very good at honing razors. It has a lovely spine, so I put electric tape on it. There is another tape that's one of you commented on in the previous video. I can't remember what it is. It's for electrical purposes, and it's a copper thingy, and it's thinner, so it would have been better, but I didn't have that. And anyway, so I go back and forth on the stone, and the geometry is just weird. So I had to take the tape off, and I took quite a bit of metal off the spine and the edge, and it's slightly better. It's still not perfect. You want to get a symmetrical angles on the edge. I don't have that, but I got closer anyway, so not so sure I did a good job, but we'll give it a try. I did strop it on the Kangaroo Strop for the first time. I wasn't sure what I was going to think of it. I really like it. Now this strop is smaller than my usual strop, which is 3 inches and really tall. The length doesn't really matter, but there is a difference in the width. This is, I can't remember. This is slightly narrower, not a lot, but slightly. That doesn't matter very much. The good thing with the wide strop is you get the whole edge on, but not all, strops aren't perfectly flat. Neither are the razors, but we try to make them. So regardless of what strop you have, you kind of need to go do some extra strokes to make sure you get the whole edge. And it's not a big difference in the width either. And this was really nice. This is from Australia, DC Blades. I'll put a link if I can remember, but I think it's dcblades.com or .something Australian. I even emailed Dion to make sure he was okay that I put leather balm on the strop, and he wrote back straight away, said, "No, don't do that on any strops." I've heard that from other people. I still do it, but I didn't do it on this one. He said, just use it and see what you think. 2-part has a cotton thingy, which also he said to break it in, use a smooth bottle back and forth to make sure any threads or anything standing up is removed. So I did that, and then I stropped it, and I really liked it. This was a gift from Peter Sullivan of Australia. Thanks, Peter, if you're watching. Has my initials on it. So Dion was happy. This was sent around the world now, and he said, "Now I understand why Peter wanted different letters at the bottom." Extremely supple, quite soft. Not a huge draw, more draw on the animal cow thing. This is Australian. This is Australian as well. From, can't read it because I don't have my glasses. Anyway, very nice. I think he did a good job too. The only downside is that this doesn't have a handle, or what do you call this? Such as a metal thing that you can pull on to make it taut. Not a big problem, it's just, would it be better? But this is really good. He makes larger ones as well. He makes strops in from different animals, and this is the Roo Strop. So it's a kangaroo, and this kangaroo did not die in vain. Or I don't know, maybe they just cut a piece off and let him run away. I don't know. It's not vegan, that's for sure. So nice. I was surprised, positively surprised. The soap I'm going to use is also sent by Peter. This is Warden from Squadron Soaps. Isn't made anymore, which is a shame because this smells beautifully. You know, I didn't look up the scent notes as per bloody usual, but it smells, trust me, smells good. Still using this one, trying to break it in with a bore knot from Maggots. I loaded in a bowl. I didn't make a lather, so I'll make a lather on the face, but it's fully loaded. Wow. Wife and I are watching a TV series called The Bear. Really cool. It's about a restaurant in Chicago. That is to get my wits around me and courage to shave. Yeah, I'm gonna go on about it. Really good. We watched the first season when it came out a few years ago, or a year or two ago, and then season 3 came out, and we missed that season 2 was released. So we rewatched season 2, and now it's season 3, and really good script. Is it script? The words they say? Really good. Good actors as well. The lead actor is, I don't know what his name is. He's the guy from the American version of Shameless. Did you watch that? That was bloody brilliant too. It's a British show to start with, but I watched the American first. I really enjoyed it. It's about family, a deadbeat father takes care of them, or doesn't, because he's a hopeless alcoholic. Wife left. And anyway, he's really good in that, whatever his name is. I did go back, I started to watch the British original, which is the same thing, only in the American version, although they're hopelessly poor, they're all beautiful to look at, boys and the girls. So, whereas in the English it's sort of realistic and teeth aren't as good. So I prefer the American version. I mean, even if you play someone hopelessly poor, you know, at least you should have good teeth, right? So this brush is still very effectively killing off any resemblance of lather. It's bloody hopeless. Whoa. I must have shaved 20 times with this. I didn't do anything else. I don't even know if this is slick. But trust me, I loaded this brush like there was no tomorrow. There still is a bit of soap left in this bowl, which is from Kokum in Malmö. If you know, you know. They used to build submarines. But I guess on weekends they made bowls as well. I actually don't know if it's the same company, but it has the same name. All gone. I think Sweden still builds submarines though, but someone else does it. Who builds submarines? Is it Saab? Can't remember. Or rather, I don't know. I'm adding more soap to the brush to see if that helps. Board brushes are a mother another effort when it comes to breaking in. And you can use all kinds of tricks. I've done that before. You soak it and you put it in the freezer, and then you froth it on a rough towel, and you do that a few times, and you know, you can do certain things to speed it up. I thought this time I would just use it until it's properly broken in, and by God, that's taking a bit of time. The soap that I get the most success with is actually Mitchell's Wool Fat. Maybe it's because I load it really, really heavily. I don't know if you can see how much soap there is on that. It's an enormous amount of soap. I'm just going to see if I can get something that looks like a YouTube lather. But yeah, the razor was I think it was Martin's Shaves who said, you may want to look at the geometry of the razor. Was it you, Martins, if you're watching? Because he had one that just came from the factory all wonky. And this one sure did. I mean, the length of the, whatever you call the stuff, the one side of the edge where, you know, you get one side was 2 to 3 times longer than, or wider than the other one, and it was all, you know, so I corrected it a bit on a 1000 grit stone. I almost took it to a diamond plate, but I didn't in the end. Maybe I'll do that the next time if this doesn't work out. Weird, huh? So poorly made razor. That, there we go. That quite possibly I made even worse. Okay, there we go. I'm going to go with that. I'm not even going to tell you what I'm drinking, because that you're not going to find it where you live anyway. It's a schnapps. It's actually quite a good schnapps. This is O.P. Andersson. If you're Swedish, you will know what it is. So we like to drink those things at special events like Christmas and Easter and crayfish party and midsummer. Okay, here we go. Rock and roll. It cuts hair. Doesn't feel very comfortable. It's actually not too bad. Sorry, Swedish tobacco. Not too bad. Leather is on the dry side. No, the leather's good. Look at that. In spite of the brush, smells beautifully. I can never really tell if an edge is good on the first pass, where I go essentially with the grain. And basically just try to remove as much hair as possible. It's not a stellar edge, that's for sure. So it's either more work on the 1000 grit, like a lot of work. I removed quite a bit of metal. Or it's a matter of sending it to someone who knows what they're doing. Such as Matti or Niklas or Martin. Martin offered to put a, how did you phrase it? Laser edge on it. We'll see. We'll do 2 passes and we'll see. When I start something, I just hate to give up. And I feel I have the sporting chance of making it work. I really don't want to give up. I mean, sometimes I don't have patience for stuff. Sometimes I do, and you know, if me, I'm gonna get it done. So if this isn't good on the second pass, yeah, I'll definitely try again before I send it somewhere. Okay, you can see the lather. So I have probably 5 times as much soap as I would have had in a normal and broken in brush. Still kills it. Some of you will think, oh, it's because it's a board brush. That's not true. I have board brushes that are not leather hogs, but rather are bloody brilliant. So it's a matter of breaking it in. Okay, so I'm pretty sure there's more to this razor. Now, who of you who hone your own straight razors use a tape and who don't? I know Razor Michel always uses tape. But how about the rest of you? And Razor Michel, what kind of tape do you use? Do you use the black electric tape or the fancy copper thing, or duct tape, or what do you use? Duct tape is probably not very good. So I'm guessing the shave is going to turn out rather okay, but it's not a buttery edge really. And it's not super sharp either, but it's more sharp than butter, if you know what I mean. I've told you before, for some reason I started to struggle with this stroke. I don't know why that is. Bit similar to my golf swing. How do I connect the dots on this one? I know I can do it, just won't work. That's my golf swing. So you see, now they're all dead. Still a bit of soap left, so I'm putting that on, and I need to put it on the neck because I put my fingers here when I stretch the skin. Plus I'm sweating, so in my defense the lather is pretty shit. And I know it's not because of the soap, because I have other Squadron soaps and they're really good. It's a bloody brush. You see, it's all gone. So combination of brush and me trying to build a lather. Okay, let's see how that turned out. Pretty normal shave, struggling a little bit in a few places. 2 days of growth. And yeah, very close shave. 2 days of growth, very close shave. Super happy with the result. But it feels a bit... So, as I said, I'm sure the razor is fine. I just need to figure it out somehow. What do we use as aftershave? I'm gonna go with the trusted Lucido from the Mandem Corporation in Japan. You find this in pharmacies in Japan, readily available. Bloody brilliant. Frank Strömberg put me onto this. Oh, lovely. Really, really good result. Basically can't do better than that. Put some on the head as well. I shaved my head before. I started doing that to look good on YouTube videos. I know. And I continue to do it. So even if I'm not recording a video, which is most of my shaves, I still do the head first. Weird. It's very good. stars of the party were the Warden from Squadron Soaps and this little thing, both from Australia, both from Peter Sullivan. Really like this. I'm gonna strop it again now that I've shaved. Good for a date. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp.